Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video on this channel. I have not been on here for a few months. Let me check how long it's been. So I haven't been on this channel in over 3 months now. I'm surprised that my last video got 29 likes. Not likes, views. I got 29 views on that video. And I got a comment too from a very nice person, and if you're still watching this, if you subscribed after that, I thank you very much. I kind of just made the video for myself, and I didn't think that anyone was going to watch it, and I don't really know how YouTube works, but I do want to expand this channel with different content, and I want to start posting and having a little fun on this platform. I've posted some gaming videos, which I have fun with. I could post more of those, and sit down videos like this. I record these videos a lot, but I never really post them anywhere. I just keep them for documentation for myself, but it's really nice and cool for me to share my experiences in my life with other people and getting feedback, and maybe helping someone out, and maybe making someone feel seen or heard. And I want to also build this platform for my artwork. I want to make videos talking about art and my art, and how important it is to me. These are topics that I think about in my daily life every day, and something that is very important to my life, music and art. I've tried to make videos about it before, but I just haven't gotten the proper technique and everything like that, so I will try to expand in everything and make my content more enjoyable, more pleasing and appealing to people, and what audience I can form with the type of shit I do. But some things that I wanted to come here to talk about today is just what has happened since the last time I posted on here. A lot of changes have happened in my life, and one, maybe you can tell if you saw the last video, new area. I moved. I got kicked out of my house. My dad kicked me out, and that was like in March, so a couple months ago. It's July now. Yeah, that was a big thing that happened, and I lost my car. He took my car away. It was a rough time. I got real depressed. Well, not really depressed, but I got depressed, and I was not feeling good. I was doing really well. The thing that I addressed in my last video was my eating disorder, and with my anorexia and everything, and I talked about it, and that was the first time that I had admitted to it like that, head on, talking about how it makes me feel, getting extremely emotional. That was all real. I went so long without treatment and without talking about it and without addressing it, even to myself, just denying it, denying that it's happening to me, denying it's real, all that type of shit. And that was the first time that I had talked to somebody about it in person that wasn't like a friend or something, and it was also the first time that I felt I had hope for my future, and the first time in a really long time. I've been going through this for over a year, and it was wearing me thin, and it took so much of my life, and with my struggles with my self-harm addiction and everything going on with that at that time, it was all just a very bad thing. But I had talked to a nurse at my school about it, and that was the first step I took to treatment and to recovery and everything. For the longest time, it got so bad to the point where I felt I didn't have a future for myself anymore, and I'd be dead within the next few years if something didn't change in my life. And I had this vision that was just so profound to me. It was me, like in my 20s, in a lonely, dark apartment by myself, um, struggling to get out of bed and falling on the ground and just withering away, just skin and bones, weak, brittle, powerless, hopeless, and that's how I felt it was gonna go after this. I my whole everything changed. My whole perception of life and my future ahead of me changed. It diminished from thin air, from my own eyes, like just disintegrated. I was hopeless. I felt hopeless. Um, so after that, I did follow up with my new therapist, Angela. I had just met her and everything, and she diagnosed me with atypical anorexia, and we've been, in the first few months of or weeks of therapy, I really opened up about it, and I started talking about it and bringing it out in the open and stating all my problems and all the feelings I've been dealing with and how I've been living and treating myself and all that, and talking about my eating habits and my purging habits at the time really solidified that I did have a problem. And something really, really, really big that I wanted to make a whole video about, but it's a perfect time to talk about this right now, is my eating disorder really started to develop in like September of 2019, and it started slow, with cutting off certain foods, cutting out sweets, bread, pasta, chips, soda, things like that. Just, who would think anything of it? I was just being healthy, and I started losing weight, and I started receiving comments about, my looks, and I'm skinny, and I'm losing weight, and I look good. And of course that fueled me to keep going. I said, well, at least it's working, so it just continued on, and then I started, skipping meals, and skipping days, and then days turned into multiple, and then it just got worse from there, and it just got more severe as the time went on. And I remember the exact point where I could see where this was going somewhere else, and this was changing into something much more serious than I had ever anticipated it to have turned into. The moment that it started to get really bad was when I started looking in the mirror and I couldn't see myself anymore the way people around me saw me. My vision of myself, my reflection, began to morph, and I couldn't process what I looked like anymore. I couldn't see with my own eyes what other people were describing to me that they saw. I could not see it. I could not process it in my head. I could not, genuinely. I'm being completely honest. I was not capping. I wasn't lying. I genuinely felt this shift in my life and my perception of myself and my body and how I looked. And then from that on, I just developed just extremely severe body dysmorphia. It got so devastating. And then whenever the body dysmorphia settled in, then that's when I started purging, when I had to eat it, and I would skip all meals of the day, and then I'd have to eat at night with my mother, and I'd purge it out almost immediately after, and I still don't know if anyone noticed it, but something that really shook my core, that I think within days after this being shared with me, I stopped purging, and I really took into consideration the pain that this can cause someone else, and someone that I love the most dearly in my life, and how devastating it is to see someone that you love go through mental illness. Um, my my soulmate, my dear friend Christine, she had told me, and I'll read out the message so you know exactly what was shared with me. So this was a message sent to me a few months ago by my dearest love, Christine. Um, she told me, "Remember when I said I dreamt about you? Well, I did. You were visiting me and my family. We were having a very good time. We had a beautiful dinner celebration because of that. It was very fun. Then you said you had to go to the bathroom, and I just felt something was wrong. So I followed you, and I saw you vomiting everything out. I really couldn't do anything except put my hands on your back and never leave your side. I wanted you to feel better somehow. And then everything was said and done, and I asked you, 'Are you okay? What would you like me to do? Anything.' And all you said was, 'It's fine. Let's just go to bed.' So we did. We curled up together in my bed, and I was hugging you and burying my face on your chest, and I remember feeling warm despite what just happened. I'm just glad you were okay, at least for now at that moment." Give me a second. I hadn't come back to that message in a little bit, because of how emotional it makes me feel inside, and it just reminds me of the first time I read it. It just changed so much for me. It showed me the impact it has made, not just upon myself, but upon the people I love most. And I couldn't continue on doing this and hurting people and hurting myself for no good reason. And I needed to get help, and that really shifted it for me, and it felt so real, because I know that something like that in that time could have definitely happened. Like, it showed me the impact it made to the people that love me most, and it showed me that I just can't keep on hurting myself like this, and it really got to me, and it made me want to change, and it fueled my desire to get better and to recover and try to be better. It does not happen overnight, and it is a mental illness, and you have to go through things and a process and everything, but that really was the first step that really showed me that I needed to do this, and it showed me that I could do this because people care, and I'm not alone in this, and I can make it through, so after that, I was seeing my therapist and everything, and talking about it, and it's been rough and everything. I have bad days and everything, and sometimes it comes crashing down, and I'm like, oh, I want to relapse so bad. Like, I haven't in a while, but like in the first few months and weeks, I would just have triggering thoughts to purge, after meals, or I feel like I ate too much, and like I just had that not even like nauseous, feeling sick, but I just felt sick that I needed to purge and get that release for myself. But I don't give in, and now it's like over 3 months in treatment, and I'm doing really well, you know. But I want to talk about something that really helped me, and is really the factor that I give most of my recovery to, and that is acid, LSD. I tripped for the first time in March, and that trip was a very good experience for me, and I had uncovered some trauma that I didn't even know I needed to, and addressing some important things that I haven't for many years, and um, just opening up about what I need to open up about. You know, these psychedelic drugs, they enhance your consciousness, and it brings to the surface anything boiling that you don't even think about, you know, but they bring them up to your consciousness, and it gives you ways to deal with this trauma and this pain and this, you know, very old shit. It gives you ways to process it in your head and to analyze it for yourself and to come to terms with it in the present. And the second time I tripped, I was with my good best friend, my brother Juan, and our friend Frank, and we took a tab each, and we had a beautiful time together. That night was an amazing experience, and I'll always cherish it. It is an amazing memory to have with my brothers. And in that trip, I really opened up publicly, outwardly, about my eating disorder and about my wants and passionate desires to recover and to get better and to treat myself better and everything. And in that trip, I don't know what it was, what I did. I didn't even actively do anything. We were just spending time together, and I just, you know, I went through the trip, and it showed me that I am a beautiful person, and I deserve love, and I deserve to love myself, and I'm not ugly, I am not fat, I am not unlovable, I'm not, you know, unattractive. I am none of those things that I've been saying to myself every day for the past however long. And it showed me that I am so beautiful in my own skin and for who I am on the inside and on the outside. And that it's a beautiful thing to be able to express yourself and to be confident in yourself, and that's the way to live. There is no reason for you to hate yourself if you're, you know, a good person and you believe that with yourself. There's no reason for you to think that you are ugly, because we are all beautiful. We are all so beautiful, and we are all human, and that trip really showed me that. And on the first trip, I felt really connected with the universe and whole with myself and with others and with everything around me. And it also showed me that there are infinite possibilities in this world and in other realms, and anything could happen. And it just gave me a lot of optimism and self-assurance and validation and security for my future and the days ahead of me with recovery and everything. It really sorted a lot of things out for me, and the second trip changed my whole life, and it cured my body dysmorphia. Acid, LSD cured my dysmorphia. My body dysmorphia really did. After that day, I did not hate myself. I did not feel negativity towards myself, and I from then on treated myself with kindness and with compassion and understanding and authenticity and honesty. And I really began to care for myself then and understand that I am a worthy person and I am a beautiful person on the outside, not just on the inside. And I can express myself that way, and not have to despise what I look like and be ashamed of being in my own skin, you know. It's really powerful to me, and now I'm doing pretty good. I'm very stable, I'm very happy, very confident, very optimistic about my life, and I'm straightened out again, and there is a light after this tunnel, and it won't always be bad. There's always people there, and you're not alone. You never will be alone. And you're a beautiful person, no matter what people tell you. You have to find that with yourself, within yourself. You have to find it for yourself. Nobody can tell you that to make you believe it. You have to make yourself believe it, because it is a fact, and you have to find that out on your own to feel it whole and authentically true to yourself. And I'm at that place now, and I can look in the mirror at myself, and I can see myself for who I really am. I can see what I really look like, and I can see what others see too. I view myself in the same lens that everyone else does, and I judge myself with the same kindness that all my other friends would treat me, or whoever. I am not being a hypocrite by saying to spread love and spread positivity and understanding and compassion to everyone, and restrict that for myself. Like, I can't live my life spreading a message that I don't even apply to my own self. I just needed to change, and I have, and it's been successful for me, and my recovery is going very strongly, and I'm very happy to be alive, and I'm very happy to be where I am right now, and very happy and proud to be who I am, and to have gone through such a terrifying experience with the mental illness, anorexia, and still having to deal with it every day and for the rest of my life. I'm grateful that I can be able to share with others that no matter how ill you are and how bad your condition is, there is still help. There's still hope for you. And, everything will be okay. It took me fucking everything. It took everything. It took so many tries to get help. Talking to medical professionals, talking to doctors, talking to therapists, talking to dietitians, and they wouldn't listen. And I felt in the same place that some people would be, that there is no hope out there. There's no one that will listen. There's no one that will help me. I'm hopeless. My future is dust. I'm gonna disintegrate on the carpet, and I'm gonna die there, and no one's gonna care, and no one's gonna even know. I just felt so isolated and so alone going through it, and it truly feels like you're just all alone in the world, and you don't even like yourself, and it's just so lonely, and just so sad. And so pessimistic. And I'm just very happy that I can say that it does get better. No matter what you're going through, it will take time, but it will get better. But yeah, that's kind of all the shit I wanted to talk about today, and just sit down here with you guys. Um, I want to do more videos, but I never know what to talk about and how to talk about them in a structured manner. But maybe that's not a bad thing. Maybe that's appealing to an audience I can formulate. So, if you see this, you've made it to the end of the video, I do appreciate it so much, and let me know what you like about it, what you dislike about it, what you'd like to hear me talk about, because I'm a very passionate talker. I love to write. I love to discuss topics that I'm passionate about and that I love and I have an interest in. I will talk for hours about whatever it may be if I am passionate enough about it. So, comment something. I don't really give a fuck what it is. Just interact with me if you see this video, and if you made it this far, I really do appreciate it, because I'm just bullshitting. I'm honestly just sitting here talking to my computer, so got nothing to lose. Yeah, I hope you guys have a great day or a great night, whatever time you're watching this, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.